So the first piece is not to panic, to spend as much time on bottom as possible so that you can become comfortable, because it's hard to do technique correctly if you're not comfortable. That's difficult. That's the other reason why it is good to try and compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments and do some of that, because the whole process is nerve-wracking for people. And rather than worry about win-loss type thing, although winning's always good, using it as a way to experience being uncomfortable, it becomes very valuable from that standpoint, right? So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is just understanding how jiu-jitsu works, which I think everybody really has to make their own model in their brain about how it works, and that's important, which is why it's good that you have your pictures that you're putting together, which for you, if that makes sense for you, is going to accelerate your learning in jiu-jitsu. What really is a fundamental, because fundamentals as I define it isn't what's most basic, but what's most important. And that's what I try and teach when I'm teaching, and that's what I try and find when I'm learning from other coaches. That's what I'm looking for when I see other black belts teach the art. That's what I find interesting. That's the only thing I try and pass on. And as far as the organization's concerned, as far as SBG is concerned, that's what I'm trying to catalog as much of that for our student base as possible before I leave the planet, so that we can pass it on. And so that's gathering that information and finding it. And then so getting there early is good, because early is always better. Early means less work, right? So the thing we did yesterday at the very end of the class, where we get the underhook, finding that time, letting go, not being too stubborn, right? Better to be early to the next objective than to hang on too long to the last one is a very important rule in jiu-jitsu. And I can't teach you that. I can say it's important. And then I can create drills where you can find that space, right? But everybody has to kind of do it on their own through alive drilling, right? Drill after drill, grabbing different bodies and finding it. And that's the flight time, the mat time that everybody has to put into jiu-jitsu to get good.